So I've had the EOS R, what I'm filming on right now, for just over a year. And in that time, I've played with all of the settings, all of the different picture profiles, a lot of different color grading options. And just when you think you know everything about your camera, you go on YouTube, watch a video, and somebody teaches you something brand new. So today we changed up some of the settings of the camera and testing out some different features. And I'm going to go through some of the other things that I've done in the past, and we're going to go through some of the other picture profiles in here and see what we like the best. So let's get into that.
Perfect.
All right, so first of all, we are on the EOS R. I have the 10 to 18 millimeter EF-S lens, and I have the ND adapter in between the camera and the lens, which I love. I have the new settings on that we'll discuss in a little bit, but just take a look and let me know what you think. I'm just in my backyard filming just to get some shots of this thing. But we're in the shade now, and we're going to come out into the sun. Everything's on manual, so this is probably going to blow out a little bit or a lot. So let's adjust the ND. All right. See what we think about that. That's direct sunlight. Walk back into the shade. And adjust the ND again. All right, so I'm interested to see how this looks, compare it to some of the other footage, see what we think. All right, so this is more along the lines of what I would normally shoot in. I took away the settings that I added for the last clip, and this is, again, what I would normally be shooting in. So do the colors look different? Does the exposure look different? Do transitions between sun and shade look different? Is one easier to color grade than the other? Both of them are using Canon C-Log, which we'll get into when we talk about the settings. Just see if they look any different. All right, the only change I made here was changing C-Log from Canon default to neutral. So C-Log default is supposed to match up closer to the cinema cameras, and neutral is supposed to be, I guess, easier to color grade or match up more to like video cameras. So we'll see what we think there. I basically always had it in default and not neutral, but I didn't know actually what it did until here recently. So see what this looks like. This is with just the default settings that I normally would use and putting the C-Log into neutral. All right, and this is without C-Log. This clip is just the Canon's neutral picture profile. Same exact setup, obviously, still on the 10 to 18, still with ND, still standing over here in the shade, but this is just the neutral picture profile, so you shouldn't need much color grading, if any at all. That's probably due to just preferences, but I like using something like this if I'm on a run and gun kind of shoot, where not only do I need to get shots quick, but I want to get the edit done quickly and out. So I will use this whenever I'm doing some event stuff, but I definitely want to still get the best look for that. So this is neutral. All right, this is the default picture profile for portraits. Again, I don't use this one that much. If I do use just a default picture profile, it's usually the neutral one. It dumbs everything down, so if you do want to add a color grade to it, you can without starting to destroy the image. But I did want to see this one, if it's any better. Can you tell the difference between this and the last one? Try to do a side by side. See if you can tell the difference between the two. You can definitely tell that the highlights are more blown out than in the log footage, I think. I'm staying in the shade now, so I'm not going back and forth to the sun, but just interested to see if this is much different than the neutral profile. All right, and finally, I kind of wanted to test this one. This is Picture Profile Auto. I don't like using auto on pretty much anything. This whole time, the white balance has been on auto, which I'm completely fine with. But this is Picture Profile Auto, and I'm on TV mode, so we're on aperture priority, so we're still 24 frames per second, 1/50 shutter, which is what we've been filming this whole time with, and aperture priority, or on the we're plus 2/3. Yeah, still interested to see how this looks, how it compares to the other profiles. Just again, trying to go back and forth in the shade, getting some of the same shots. And we can stop, compare the two, see if we think one is way different than another. If the camera's shaking more, it is because I am getting a workout here. This is hurting my arm carrying this thing this long. All right, had to switch arms here because this one's, this is going to be the last walking back and forth, I think. So this is back in neutral profile with adjustments to the white balance. So we've just added +2 to the blue of the white balance. So one of the things with Canon's white balance, the skin tones do look a little extra pink sometimes, or orange. So adding +2 to the white balance sometimes compensates for that. At least in log it's supposed to, so that's kind of what we're checking out here. We'll talk about those settings in a bit, but I did definitely want to check out and see what we think about these settings. But instead of with log, we're checking them out on the neutral profile. We're still in TV mode, so this everything should be going more auto as far as ISO and stuff like that. It is getting brighter outside because it's earlier. But yeah, if we can see any difference in any of those, this would be a great setting for, like I said, run and gun kind of stuff. So you don't really have to worry about messing with the ND filter as much. On the screen, I can definitely see it looks almost more blue tinted. So maybe that blue on this neutral profile is not great. Let's check out how it handles walking into the sun in TV mode, if it's able to compensate enough. Not bad looking. So yeah, let's stop all this and sit down. We can talk about the actual settings and go from there. All right, so now we're back into manual shooting, back to the C-Log profile with the extra little tweaks that I learned from this other video. I'll leave a link to that video down in the description. I don't remember off the top of my head what channel it was. It was definitely a channel I don't normally watch, just came up in my recommended feed. So it was a good video, so I definitely recommend checking that out as well. But what we're doing here is on the C-Log profile, you can change some of the settings there. And what we're doing is taking the strength from 0 to 2 and leaving everything else default. And then we're also going into the color balance settings and giving the blue a +2 on that, so that you get rid of some of those pinks or oranges a little bit more for skin tone. So hopefully this looks good. This is a C-Log, so we'll do some ungraded and then color graded and see what you think there. Try to push the colors a little bit different and back to the normal grade. So that's what we're dealing with here, but we're gonna test this out and see what we think about the picture profile. I'd like to know what you guys think. You can leave me comments down in the comments and let me know what you think about the settings, if you have tried something different with your your EOS R, or if you have any other tips. Most of the filming that I do is outside in changing conditions, kind of running around, sort of predictable shots. It's not like documentary style or true run and gun style. For the most part, I do pick my location. I can take time to get the shots that I need and the settings that I need. So again, I'm just interested to see if you guys have any other suggestions on how to get the best image out of the EOS R. All right, guys, with that, I hope you did get something out of this. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching.